Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm also good. Alhamdulillah.
That's good to hear. Just had a question,
Yeah.
I was just going through our videos on YouTube
Mhm.
and I was feeling that, you know, n- when we have posted the videos, in the video, you know, your, your video seems to be a mirror image of what you are looking right now. Do you do that?
No, that's what happens. There is an option in the phone to basically either you mirror it while recording or you keep it original. So it is by default recorded that way.
Okay, so are you using a front camera or a back camera?
I'm using the front camera, and that's the reason why the default setting is K. It will mirror the thing by default. If you tell it
So
not
I
to mirror, then what you see that will come.
Yeah, I think the original is better because mine, I guess you have noticed it's the original, right?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
What I'll do actually, next video onwards, I will change the setting. For now,
Yeah.
for our recent ones, I will change it in the editing while editing itself. And a good team. Actually, I noticed this a while back, but I didn't get the chance to,
Change
flip
the
it
setting.
horizontally. Yeah, flip it
Right.
horizontally in the editing or change the setting. Yeah, yeah. But sure, yeah, I'll do that. I will change the setting
Yeah,
as well, and
because
I'll flip it.
when I was going through the videos, I was like, this is a different person. This doesn't look like Azim. I'm like, because, sometimes what happens, because of the angles and our face structure, when you flip it over, we can look completely different.
True,
Uh,
true.
you know, so
Yeah.
that's okay. So that was one thing I had in mind I wanted to ask. And
No, no, sure.
yeah, and what else? What's going on?
Nothing. So we mentioned about a giveaway in the last video. So what do you think? Like as you mentioned, gift cards. What did you have in mind?
Yeah,
What
I think
can we give?
we are almost near to, I guess, 50
Yes,
episodes. So
yes,
we need to do something good
yes,
for whoever has joined till now. And I think instead of keeping just one, we'll have three, right? One first or the big one, and then we have two second, a runner up, and third place, or something like that. So I think we can do 1,000 rupee gift card for the first and two 500 rupee gift cards. I think that would be really good. And
yes.
I feel, gift cards are the best thing, as I mentioned. People can take whatever they are looking to buy instead of
True.
us gifting it and putting it on them, right? So they can
True,
buy what
true.
they need, right? So I think that would be the best. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the best because, like we mentioned, our first giveaway was kind of specific to a certain group of people, but gift cards are common. It will be useful to everyone. So yeah, and as you mentioned, they can buy whatever they want instead of us first of all spending the time and effort to find
Yeah.
something and then do it. Yeah, it's best. Gift card is the best. And like we discussed. I think we mentioned this in the last episode as well. Like when during your Taraweeh prayers in the kingdom, Rabbani uncle used to give you guys Jarir bookstore gift cards because I
Right.
asked him this and he mentioned the same thing. People can buy and Jarir bookstore is like a educational kind of a bookstore, not just a
Right.
bookstore, but electronic everything. So yeah, that's the good. And right now, definitely Amazon is global, so that
Right.
is the best. We'll go for that.
Perfect. And what you had something in mind you mentioned.
Yeah, so we discussed a lot about business versus job, and then how back in the kingdom we used to think about just continuing what our parents did, studying and then getting on a job. But
Right.
alhamdulillah, as you rightly mentioned, our parents laid the foundation for us. They gave us a platform, and we are now capable of we have basically
Resources.
opened up to, yeah, we are opened up to a lot more opportunities. So of course, number one, our parents are bringing, and then definitely the social media boom and everything. And relating to that, I wanted to mention here in Mangalore, actually, mashallah, people get primarily into businesses, and jobs are
Hmm.
secondary, kind of like, a very few people get into jobs. And like you said, back in Hyderabad, the uh, tendency is opposite. People get into jobs more and very little get into businesses. So it's a rightly opposite over here, because my brother-in-law himself, he is into fishing, and all of his brothers, and even women here, they have their own things. Like one of my brother-in-law's cousins, she has a beauty parlor and beauty store. Natural, she makes face wash and such stuff naturally. Like she herself, she makes them with natural ingredients and everything. So,
Okay, so
and
I think it's beauty products.
yeah, beauty product, and also recently she opened her own salon. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Not salon.
Par Beauty parlor.
Not. Yeah, but beauty parlor is more of makeup and stuff.
Okay.
Spa kind of a
Boutique.
thing. Boutique, yes,
Okay.
yes, like that. Right, right.
Okay.
Sorry, forgot the name. So recently she quit
Right.
that. So what I'm trying to say, here primarily people try to get into businesses, and whether it's something physical, mostly physical products. I haven't really found anyone in any digital thing yet, but a lot into physical products. And the same actually, a lot of my brother-in-law's friends who are in Saudi as well, especially in Jubail. And I have asked this to one of my cousins who is in Jubail. Okay, there are a lot of Mangalorean people, and all of them, they are into businesses more, like 80 to 90%. And
Hmm.
my cousin actually mentioned, okay, yes, they are, and they are into manpower, providing manpower kind of things. So, I wanted to just mention this, and I wanted to ask your thing, what do you say about this? I think this is something that we
Right.
should learn from, right? And, we should, more of us should get into.
Right. So actually, you mentioned that, your brother-in-law and his family are into fisheries, right? Into the
Right.
fisheries sector. So that is something that is a unique sector, right? And
Yes.
because even if people in Hyderabad, they go into businesses, they tend to go more into one sector, and that is the food
Right.
sector first,
True,
especially in
true.
our community. You can see that because they don't go in the steel industry, or they don't go in the plastic industry or stuff like that, where you have to get into unique uh, uh, what do you call niche, so
Yes,
so
yes.
that you get more chances to flourish, right? We tend to go more into the F&B. We tend to go into real estate. We tend to go into uh, as you mentioned, products. We don't.
Right.
We are not really tech savvy. That
Mm,
going directly into some kind of for current businesses, AI. You can say any related to anything related to AI, or even if it was during the IT boom. Uh, except a few percentage who might have gone into it. I'm just considering right now, not the entire Telangana, just Hyderabad, I'm saying.
right.
So not many people have gone into it, only a few. I think 5 to 10% have gone into businesses which are related to tech, or which are related to any specific niche. So I think this is all comes down to the upbringing and what you have seen throughout.
Yes.
I'll take the example from Gujarat. All the people from Gujarat, you might have heard, they just do business. They are
Yes.
what do you call, any vyapar is good, right? Vyapar is
Yes.
business, which we call it in Hindi. So I think, and I've heard this, I've seen a lot of videos or reels about these Gujarati businessmen. They tend to do a lot of stuff, even if it's a small thing. They
Yes.
they're not they're not embarrassed about it. They'll start small.
Yes. Yes.
They won't be embarrassed about what they are actually doing, but they will do something which is their own, right? And they'll grow from there. They'll try to grow from there.
Right.
अपने पास क्या है, if you want to set up, you are thinking of lakhs of rupees, and then you want to set up, and initial itself में ही you'll put so much burden on yourself that you will not be able to run the business for a few months, and then because a business won't be just, once you start, it won't just flourish immediately. It
True.
needs time. uh, I've heard this saying from this Gujarati businessman. I think you might have heard the reel as well, that his father had given him this advice that any business you do, you have to give your heart and soul to it for at least 1,000 days. How many days?
Mm-hmm.
1,000 days.
1,000 days.
Okay.
That's
What
three
is thousand
years.
days? Yeah, that's about 3 years. So you have to work on it completely for 3 years. Even if it's not, you think it's going down or it's going whatever, it's not going according to plan, but
Yeah.
you should give 3,000 days. Up, when I see myself or people around us, I think we don't have that kind of patience, or we didn't have it before,
Ab-
right?
Absolutely.
We are always people who want, like, aaj dale, kal nikal ja, you know, something like
Right.
that. You want to
True.
have
True.
profit or revenue. Uh, you want to see it quick. So that can happen 1 in 100. That can't
Yeah.
happen to everybody, right? So
True.
that's a good advice. You have to put everything, and then you need to decide that is this business worth moving forward. And if you put your heart and soul for 1,000 days, you will find so many things. You will find so many resources or opportunities. You will meet so many people that something will work out in that business itself when you work
True.
on it
True.
for 3 years, right?
Yes. Yes.
So because I read this or I saw this recently. So I was like, okay, I was just, evaluating myself. I was like, when
Uh-huh.
I was going through Razorfish, I wasn't, thinking that long, because especially up jab you're in that kind of age, 22, 23, 24, um need to have a mentor. You need to have a
Yeah.
proper
True.
business background mentor. You can't have just any other mentor. Any other mentor, like your parents, obviously they will say from their experience and they will help you in everything. They are there for
Yeah.
anything that you need. But I'm saying about business, who know about business, they, you need to make yourself and find yourself a good mentor who thinks, who wants to promote others and who wants to help others to uh, you know uh, grow and do well for themselves, right?
So yeah.
So I think if you have that, then it helps you to be grounded and not expecting anything. Wishful thinking is something that,
Right.
as I mentioned, you just put in money today and within a few months you're expecting huge returns. It's wishful thinking. So for that matter, as I mentioned, having mentors will help, so
Yes.
that
Yes.
they can regularly tell you, "Okay, bhai, you just need to be at it, and things will happen, right? Ultimately, things
Absolutely.
will happen. You just need to be at it. You don't be like, don't give up attitude, right?
Absolutely.
Just never give up. So you need to have that, and you need to have patience is the key in business. So आप
Yes.
देख सकते हैं how Gujaratis dominate the business throughout India. You know, throughout
Yes. Yes.
India, and even globally, they are known for businesses. Like आप, the big businessmen, आप देख लो Adani and Ambani. I think they have roots from Gujarat. So you can understand. That and now it is new to me that Mangaloreans as well are following that. I think they have made a conscious decision to help their children or help their people to get
Yes,
out of this job mindset that everybody has. It is good
true.
to have a job. Obviously, it's nothing against the people who are doing jobs. It is good to
Yes,
learn and but don't get stuck in a job, right? Don't get
true, true.
stuck in a job long term. You do for a start, and then for a couple of years, and then you get on to your own thing, and yeah, take some kind of a calculative risk, and
Yes.
that's it. Give it at least 3 to 4 years, and you will get the returns, right? That's my thinking.
No, no, absolutely. And like you mentioned about for getting into job and all. So I'll just give a brief about my brother-in-law. So his father was actually who was into this business. There is the port over here is called Dakke. So there are so many people that do this fishing business. So, but the good thing about this, something I really liked, and something I think it should be adapted in by a lot of families. Yes, my क्या बोल सकते हैं, brother-in-law's father, he did have his own business. He did not set it up for all of his sons or something. Each and every
Hmm.
one of them have their own name, their own business. So they have their own specialty. Like my brother-in-law, he deals in squids, octopus, and also one type of fish. So everyone has that differentiation. There is no, I mean, I'm not saying it's a wrong thing, but it's something that is good, having your own thing, ताकि because कल को कुछ ऊंच नीच भी होने के chances कम रहते हैं. You are your own boss, and you don't
Right.
have anything. It's they have, mashallah, they are very supportive of each other. They are very meeting each other and everything. Like in businesses, they have their own thing, and that's something I really like, and specialty. And obviously, there are so many people in the sport, lots of boards, lots of individual things, but they have their own specialty. They have their own you can say clients as such. uh, and so I really like that differentiation. The same niche, but within that also sub niches. A particular type of fish आप कर ले रहे हैं, दूसरों कोई और कर रहे हैं. So that is something I
Hmm.
really like, that structure that they set up. And quickly mentioning, Gujarat. So last year, 2 years ago, in one of my projects with the Canadian client, like you rightly mentioned, definitely Gujarati people are known for businesses. So a very, very unique, very, you can say it's such a thing that we wouldn't even think of. So there is this company called Aminji Rubbers. So their major
Hmm.
dealing is in rubber pads that go into railway tracks. That's such
Wow.
a minute thing, and their entire
Right.
business is based on that. And mashallah, they're really good. I had the you know pleasure to talking with him for a project through Abdul Samad sir. I mentioned to you, through Starmas. So
Right.
I really like that thing. It's a very minute thing, but they are expert in that. That's their major thing. But then they are rubber, so they also do other rubber things. But then, that's a good thing. So across, I think across India, koi project mein they had some project upcoming. The railway tracks across India, they were providing rubbers or something. So that's something really good. They've the thing about being business minded is you find niche, but then you are also, if you're capable to find such a niche that is very unique, that's a very big thing. I was really surprised by it, and my Abdul Samad sir mentioned the same thing. Gujaratis are known for that, and you see how this person made his business. Rubber pads in railway tracks. He's the number one name in that.
I started smiling because I just remembered something.
Sure, sure.
Actually, in Canada here, when I'm, going around the streets, walking around, uh, there are first of all manhole covers,
Right, right.
the covers on the roads.
Yes.
It's mentioned on it, made in India. You can see on the
Ah,
manhole cover. So
Okay,
So
okay.
that now when you mentioned a specific thing, so I was just jogging my mind and I remembered. So most of the manhole covers, specifically in my city here, I have seen. I don't know about other cities, but so I think they might have received a contract and through the municipality, and they have provided complete manhole covers. So you can understand that this is also a specific thing, right? That is
Absolutely.
coming all the way from India, and they are doing their business here in Canada, obviously. And the next
True.
thing what I saw was, uh, when we have the sidewalks,
Yes.
at the end of the sidewalk, like near the intersection, we have slopes, right?
Right,
For
right.
people, for wheelchairs or for bikes to, just easily slide through and walk through the street. So when there is a slide, ins- uh, you tend to see that instead of just keeping a smooth pathway, we put in some rubber, uh, which can act as a deterrent for slipping,
Right,
right?
right. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So uh, those as well I have seen here. Like every intersection has a few of them, like a patch of 10, 15. It is a size of 1 by 1 tiles, and
Right.
those rubber tiles, they also are mentioned made in India. So you can
Oh,
understand that
yes, yes, yes.
and they are specifically mentioned on it. It's written in tiny, it's written small over there. So these are unique things which can go throughout the globe. You never know which kind of business you are in, and that is required elsewhere in the world. So as you mentioned correctly, this is you have to grab niches, and you can never think of that. Like just the other day I was watching Prime Video, and I was like, we are reading I'm watching the movie, we are reading the, what do you call,
Subtitles.
subtitles, right? The subtitles and stuff. And I was just, अब अपना दिमाग ऐसा हो गया कि हर चीज, you're at that
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
of life that you think about stuff, how things happen. So I
Right,
was
right.
just wondering, कि भाई, this also somebody is writing, or it
Yes.
is, uh, and somebody might be checking it, rechecking it before this
Right.
gets posted or uploaded on the Prime Video cloud or wherever it is, right? Eh, so there are so many steps before it comes to the official Prime Video level, because in front of the consumer you can't put uh, stuff which you are just doing like a local studio, right? This is
True,
Prime
true.
Video. People expect
Yes.
that you have a huge standard, and now Prime Video is even producing movies and stuff, right? Amazon is doing it from their end as well. So I think there are so many niches we cannot even think about those kind of niches. Uh,
Yes, yes.
like I was watching cricket the other day. So for the broadcast to come to the home, to come to our home live, there are so many things that go into that, right? Before the match starts, all the camera setup, the entire stadium needs to get covered with cameras, and there are
Yes.
camera peoples whose official job is just to grab every picture,
Yes,
record
yes.
everything. They don't miss anything, all the controversies, everything has to be recorded. So
Yes.
if you just think about that, there are so many niches, even if you want to do a job, because just any other job बोले तो जैसे आईटी में जाते या any engineering के
Mm.
job, these are something अपने पास in India, everybody is doing that, right? Everybody is doing that. So if you want
Yes.
to, even if you want to go into jobs, you got to get into some kind of field which is very unique, and nobody thinks about that.
True.
But even then, I would say in India, even in that specific niche, when you go in that line will be also huge, because we Indians are everywhere. But
Absolutely,
comparatively,
yes.
it will be less. Comparatively, it will be less. But there will be a queue everywhere, because mashallah, India is such that
Yes, yes.
people, one way or the other, people get to know the referencing and stuff like that. they'll get to know about opportunities where they are. So yeah, a
Absolutely.
niche is something that people need to pick up, and we ourselves, not just others, but ourselves need to figure out what specific niche is there and take it up.
Absolutely. Right. And speaking of movies, if you see, especially in Hollywood movies, in the very end, it will always say 15,000 jobs have been, involved in this karke. And like you mentioned,
Right.
subtitles, Netflix pay, in the end, I have noticed this quite recently. They, after the main cast, what do you say, credits are done, they actually have a multiple slides. They mention each and every person who was involved in translating the movie in subtitles. So if it's
Wow.
in Hindi, if it's in English, or, I noticed this very recently, because even Netflix, obviously any OTT platform, but Netflix specifically, I noticed this. In the end, they credit all of these people, subtitles or what do you say, voiceovers as well. There are a lot of they change the language with voiceover, no,
Right.
कुछ बोलते हो
Yes.
इसको तो वो सब नाम आते हैं एंडिंग में. So
Dubbing.
as you dubbing, yes, dubbing.
Dubbing.
So all of those credits are given in the end. Prime Video pay I didn't notice, but Netflix pay I noticed this. In the very end, nobody sits until then. So I just tend to forward it, and then I saw this in Netflix. So definitely, even that has huge thing. Like they mentioned, 15,000 jobs. You can just
Imagine,
think
yeah.
about it. Yeah, you can imagine 15,000 jobs में और क्या क्या हो सकता है करके. So
Chalo,
yeah, I think this
I
was a
think
good
this
thing.
was, yeah, it was very informative, and people
Yes,
need to think out of the box.
yes,
But that means, just whatever you're doing, you just need to think what goes behind that, right? And
right,
you will find
exactly,
things which you can inculcate in yourself, or you can suggest to others that we can even try this unique thing. So yeah,
absolutely,
definitely, this was, I think, very informative, and hopefully others can find this informative as well. So
absolutely.
see you then tomorrow.
All right, sir.
Take care.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. If you enjoyed this, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram as well. Drop a comment with the topics you'd like us to discuss in the future, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.